teach us. They didn't teach us. We just had to learn dancing with the person that asked us to dance.
You just followed him, huh?
Yeah,
Just
that's
do
how
what
we
they
followed
said.
him. That's how we learned to dance.
Was that dance, was it a closed building or was it an open
It had
pavilion like?
Laps or whatever you call it, that you open them up.
Yeah.
And mine had a couple of fans or so in
No
there.
air conditioning.
No air conditioning, just fresh air.
I remember that.
And they had a little room that was set out where the band played in.
Mm-hmm.
And the dance hall was next to it. Along.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
Yeah, and people rented it to
They
have
had
picnics and stuff.
They had picnics there.
And it was
weddings.
located across from Carbide Park? Or?
It's, no, on this side of the bridge,
Okay.
where the
Yeah, you
school
had to
was
cross
looking
the
at that
bridge.
property. You know, on the cemetery side.
Yeah, on the
Okay.
cemetery side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything left of it now?
Just beautiful land.
No,
It's full of-
it's grown up with
really
trees
old.
and everything.
Was that
Lot-
by the school?
Yeah, we was looking at it,
Yeah.
but no, they're not gonna get it because they couldn't get a,
Clear title, maybe?
yeah, it was something about gas,
Oil well.
pipelines and oil wells and
Yeah.
stuff, so they're not gonna do that.
It was a beautiful
It
park
is,
though. And
yeah, it was, big
and
trees.
the building was huge and really nice dance floor.
And I bet beautiful trees back there.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
they did.
And it was cool because it was just, all the shade, and it was screened in, and they just had these wooden things, slats
Yeah.
that came down and closed over it.
Shutter
And so
lights.
they'd open that up when they had the dances, and Mr. Esperson used to play
Yeah.
there all the time. I'd go, they'd take me when I was a kid, everybody took their kids,
Yeah.
and get babysitters.
Yeah.
And
I
just
remember-
went with 'em.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
just went
and
and
they-
watched.
How
Fix-
nice.
They fixed
nice.
places down at one corner for the kids, where they could play and make pallets and go to sleep.
And the parents
Well,
could dance on
yeah.
them while you...
Yeah.
And Mr. Pretz didn't charge my mother nothing to come in there, and she'd sit in the first little opening where they let you go in and pay for your fare.
Uh-huh.
And Mr. Pretz kept a pistol right there with him, and I think it was in like a little cigar box. If anybody
Oh, if
started
anybody-
any trouble.
Oh, this was the relative of the print that owned the lumber.
Pretz.
No,
No,
yeah, well,
it's,
he's
are
a
they
distant
worth-
kin, but.
distant kin, okay.
He's, but,
Their house, Pretz's house was right across
the street, and they tore it down, had it demolished a few years ago, and I was so upset.
No.
It still had the old cistern,
Oh.
where they put their rainwater in
Oh.
behind
Oh,
it.
you mean where the Pretz lived?
house.
Oh, the Pretz lived across the road.
Yeah, and all of a sudden it was gone. They knocked it down and buried it in one day.
Oh, gee.
I was so upset, because it was an old house, or a pretty old.
And then
And then
later.
later on, they built this, I don't know, beer joint or
Yeah,
whatever,
bar.
bar or something, and right on
Up close
up
to the
close,
road.
right on the edge of, which now is 519.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody told me the story about Miss Latimer that, I don't know, she was going to it and Gordon saw her and he was looking at her and driving, and I think there's a curve there.
Yeah.
And he drove off the road.
While he was watching her.
Oh, me.
Yeah, the dance hall was back off of the road
Yeah.
in
you
the
had to
woods.
drive.
Yeah, there's sort of a
They had
curve
like
there.
a-
But
Yeah,
where they,
I think I know
where
where
they built the tavern, it was right there on the.
Yeah.
Oh, on that little,
Uh-huh.
Yeah, for
yeah.
the dance hall, you had to drive in.
Behind the tavern.
Yeah.
Go out.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was a real nice
Yeah.
park. I remember it.
So it was a shell road out there when you were,
Well, when I was a child.
But it was, they built,
And then
well,
later on,
when
Blacktop,
did
they
they finally pave it? Was it, do you have any idea, the 50s?
Probably in the
but it was
50s.
a mess.
oh, well, I guess 50s is when the 519 was cut through, because the road used to go you know, down by the cemetery and down that way. And
Yeah.
was a
Oh, it
big-
didn't go on to
No,
Lamar?
that curve they
curved
put
around
in
the
the
cemetery.
fifties
Oh.
and cut through, Kmart's property.
Used to live.
Yeah, boats and
Oh.
And boats.
pianos.
Yeah.
To the cemetery.
Yeah, that was the road to Lamarck, is what they called it, road to Lamarck, or Lamarck Road, or Lamarck Hitchcock Road, or
Yeah.
something like that.
Wow.
So, yeah, and I think you have a picture in the library, in the archives of it, from right at Highway 6 to the bio, and it is a muddy,
I think we do. That's
somebody
right.
said it was the Lamarck Road, the road to Lamarck. And so I guess that's what it was, and it was, I could see that it was the road I remember.
Well, they considered Hitchcock up as far as, what is it, Mile Road,
Yeah, way over there,
next to Greb's property.
yeah.
Well, where
Lake-
your property,
Lake Road.
Lake
Road.
where
Yeah.
your property is considered Hitchcock.
It was,
It
It
was,
was, but now it's changed.
now
It's
it's
been
Lamar.
Lamarck.
now it's part of Lamarck.
They annexed it in about 1953, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Then there
Oh,
were.
that's right, because it ends right at Carpine.
Mhm.
Hitchcock incorporated in 1960,
When you cross the
because
bridge,
Lamarck was gonna,
you're in
Take
Lamarck.
Mhm.
If you're
That's
going
why
that
we-
way.
yeah. But the school district went all the way, out by where College of the Mainland is and everything.
Oh, really?
We're way out there.
Wow.
Newman Road
Yeah.
and.
Noble Road.
Noble and all those
Where
were in
you used to live.
Hitchcock.
We had that
School
now.
District.
Could do anything. Wow.
What, can we have, do we have any more questions?
And just tell us your favorite memory of maybe when you were a child growing up. Something that was so fun that you were,
My mother's delicious cooking.
oh,
Hungarian
what did
cooking.
she cook?
Oh, all kinds of delicious stuff. My daddy says she could slap up a meal in 30 minutes.
No. She
And
could
she
be
made
on
her
TV.
own noodles, of course.
Uh-huh.
Made her own noodles?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wow. And what else did she cook for supper?
And baked, oh God, strudel. Yeah, Hungarian strudel. we call it.
Hungarian.
Mhm.
Can you make it?
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Did you ever
I
learn?
use the dough. I
Did
mean,
you
the box.
ever, yeah, did you ever make, noodles?
Yeah, but it's a hard job.
I know. My mom always made homemade noodles at Christmas time, and I remember one of my cousins asked if I had the recipe, and I said, no, I don't. But I guess it's a basic recipe, most of them
Yeah.
have.
What about your favorite dessert? What was your favorite dessert?
Gosh, I don't know what she makes such good pies, pie, apple pie, and baked most of it in the wood stove.
Oh.
And sweet potatoes.
Mm.
Oh, baked in a wood stove are delicious.
Huh.
And that you think they were better in the wood stove?
Yeah, they were. The sweet potatoes were.
Yeah, I can imagine how they control the temperature for cakes and pies. Cakes especially.
Take mine, you're the
Did
microphone.
she bake cakes in the wood stove?
Yeah.
How in the world did they control the temperature?
They did.
Well, mine, I don't know, she did.
I know,
And
I
when-
know, I had an
The
aunt.
day she died, Elizabeth Barbara Drew came to visit, and my mother must have had a terrible headache. I was at Ball High School, and Barbara must have gone over there, Barbara Drew, and she was gonna make a sponge cake for Barbara.
Mm.
And my sister was there home with her, and she was beating it by hand with a whisk. I think she made to beat up the egg yolks. And she had this stroke.
Mm.
And she literally, I think, died right there at
I'll
home.
be.
She was young.
Anyway, she
Was
was
she?
50 years old.
No.
Very young, very young.
Mm.
And they took her to Galveston, and my daddy was working, of course, and I was at my godmother's in Galveston after class was over at school at Ball High. And here comes my daddy. And I rode with one of the neighbors, and here comes my daddy. Gotta go home, Mud Air is sick. He called her Mud Air all the time. Mud Air is sick. And I don't know what they told him at work. Anyway, he picked me up and we came home. And we got home, we got to the drainage ditch, and he ran off the road into onto the side. Just before we got to the drainage ditch. And here comes a car driving in behind us, and it was Babe. I don't know who let him know Mama had a stroke, whether my sisters let him know, or the Boches let him know. I don't know who let him know. Anyway, here he comes. And he said, "That's all right, Mr. Martin. I'll drive your car into the yard, and you come with me. We're going." That's Harry. The ghost.
Water and flower.
Anyway, it was just terrible.
Yeah, I bet that was.
Yeah.
So she was young, huh?
Yes, she was. She was 50 years, 50.
Mm-hmm.
So you've seen Hitchcock change in your lifetime
Oh, yeah.
from a little sleepy place where people cooked on cook stoves.
Well, let me ask you, did Miss Tackard teach you too in school?
Yes.
I was trying to get
Miss.
see how many. Oh,
The
did
lady that died.
the one that
recently.
just Miss Yaws?
Yeah.
Yaws was your
Okay.
teacher? Yeah, she just
Yeah.
died recently.
Yeah, she brought the clipping.
I kept it. I cut it out
Yeah.
too, so that because I knew she taught here.
Yes, she did.
Okay.
And they came from, well, it was Altaloma then, and taught here.
And
Miss Roberts.
oh,
Yes,
was it Miss Lucille? Was she a teacher? Well,
The only Miss Roberts that I know of that taught here.
well, she was Mr. Roberts. I mean, the one that had the packing house, wasn't she his sister? And she never married. She was.
No, she never married.
Okay, that was probably Miss Lucille. Roberts.
And did you know Genevieve Miller?
Yeah.
Did you know Genevieve?
Yeah.
Do you have, what do you remember
What do you
about her?
remember about Genevieve? Yeah.
She did, what did she do? She used to do all kind of things for us. She did income tax for us.
Oh, okay.
Oh, something else.
Notary.
Yeah, she notarized.
She had insurance, sold insurance, didn't she?
Yeah, but we didn't
For a
get
while.
insurance from her.
But even before that, was she involved at the school or something?
Not that
When
I,
you were
well, I
there?
don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Could be, I don't know. I don't remember.
But that was when she was in business, huh? Did you,
She and her mom did. In this little house.
yeah.
Yes, they did. And the house was right here. Well, there was a
Right
house
there.
here originally.
Do you remember the original Miller house? Was it still
Yeah.
here when you were?
She got this house later,
Yeah.
but the original one we
was
found out
right
was
back
right
here.
here.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Well, yeah, the original Miller family house was here.
I can remember coming here with Daddy.
Her, did she have a brother who was a police
Yeah,
officer?
do you remember if it
Yeah, I
was this
think
spot?
so.
Leslie?
Leslie.
No, it was,
It was over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, then it was this house that you
Yeah, we
remember.
were just
Yeah, it was
back
this
here
house.
when they built
Yeah,
the library.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
and Miss
Yeah,
Dolphin?
she had two brothers. Didn't she have two
Or
brothers?
two brothers, yes, Les and, I cannot remember the other one's name, Les and, have to look in the picture.
Yeah, we have
Mm-hmm.
that.
Now, who was the teacher that lived in the little house
Oh.
that they bought?
He said, Miss Dolphin, and she rented from Miss Grenade.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Grenade. That's what I remember. We used to walk from school to meet her and walk together.
Oh, really? We used to, our house, the house that the Heritage Society
Just
just
bought.
bought.
Oh, really?
So Miss Gernan was the owner at that
And that's what
time.
I remember. That's the best I can
Really?
remember. That's who lived there.
Because we're still trying to figure out
And
who
she must have
originally.
rented a room there.
Oh, I see. She rented a room.
No, I think Bernice Dolphin.
Bernie's dog.
I had, picture, she was in the Colombo school pictures.
Oh, really?
Look around on the side of the school, the side of old red school. And first cafeteria was at the school too,
Really?
underneath the,
Oh, yeah,
next to the restroom was back in there, and the little restaurant. was
yeah.
right out
That
next
was when
to
we
it.
was.
Yeah, when we were in school, they did that.
Yeah.
I guess we was about in the 3rd grade when they did that.
It's,
They still had the restrooms underneath
Yeah.
there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
The
Yeah.
dark.
restrooms were under the building.
And it
Yeah,
was
back in the
dark.
back.
Half time, no
Oh, it was like an outhouse.
no light
Yeah,
bulb.
at first it
Well-
was, I think in 1st grade it was.
Yeah.
And then they
Really?
Then they
built
moved,
in,
they moved it to the back, way in the
Yeah.
back.
built an indoor restroom.
Oh.
About when we
And it
were,
was scary.
that would have been
I
19.
bet.
We were little
And
and,
it was scary.
yeah.
Yeah, you had to go under that building, it was high raised
Yeah.
and it was all sand and dark under
Yeah,
there.
it was dark.
And you had to come
Big
downstairs.
garbage can on that side.
And
you
it
know,
was those big brick pillars.
Pillars were
under
holding
there.
it up,
And
yeah.
more, I can remember kids chasing each other and
Running in.
running into it and
cut their head off.
cracking their heads off.
Just